Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Throwing to start the drive. Clifton. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
In that minute of play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
To throw on 2nd down. Clifton.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 25. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker to 3rd.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Back to throw. Clifton. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Clifton. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Elijah Moore.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, we're actually in a playoff push right now.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
On 1st and 10, Clifton.
That pass complete to Moore. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
A little juke. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifton. Completes it to Fant on the right side.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Clifton.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Looking to throw. Clifton.
Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. On 3rd down, McNeil. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
On 4th down, Clifton. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant from a yard out. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've got that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun, Clifton. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They go play action here on first down. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. So they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They go option right on 2nd and goal.
Holding offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Off play action. Clifton. And he wisely will throw that one away. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And now the rookie's free. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Texans. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Clifton got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Clifton. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Walker, and he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Back to throw. Clifton to the goal line, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Houston's offense taking over again. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Second and 9 now. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Back to throw again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. 11 more yards there as the methodical drive continues.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of it.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, these cornerbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get two hands on the football and pick it off.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 2. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Chubb. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 4 yards out. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Clifton, and he's got the hook up to Moore. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Clifton. That's caught over the middle by Fant. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Well, partner, this is where I need the color commentator. I'm not sure what to say about that one.
Hey, you and me both, my man. Let's just let that one go and move on.
Deal. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he returns this to the 22. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They juked him. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a first down here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Clifton. That pass complete to Moore. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Clifton. He's got the connection to Moore, and he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Off the play fake, Clifton. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Extra point by Blankenship. It's up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's Noah Fant who counts things off with the touchdown.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw.
He's got Harris running the slant. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the football, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll set up a throw.
Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. And incomplete. They try to drive it, and he couldn't hold on.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
Well, there's the always dangerous Rondale Moore. He and this offense ready to begin the upcoming series.
They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Nifty move, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Walker. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Completes it to Fant on the right side. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Clifton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So give them 3 on that drive. Normally we'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans back out there and ready to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Clifton. Throw out wide to Walker. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Following the fumble recovery, Clifton. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
CC violation.
No doubt.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards. Well, he can certainly be a big asset in this passing game. He proves it right there. He makes the catch out of the backfield, and then off he goes.
Yeah, and this is nothing more than a simple screen pass, but he does a really nice job of showing patience and letting his blockers get out in front of him. And he turns it into really nice yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Touchdown, Texans! A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Seahawks take back over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, Clifton. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Clifton. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to get him. And on the season now, it is 9 sacks for. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and the lead will hold at 10. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
They go play action here on first down. This is the tight end, Fant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Walker. And some room to work. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the 4th quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
Back to Walker on first down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Clifton looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Walker. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Second and 9 now. Being chased out left. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding Harris over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. They'll look to throw again. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Clifton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So now the Texans down on the scoreboard. 26 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Back to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Seahawks, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, you wonder what this will do to their